About the plants, they are all autotroph organisms, as well as the Venus flytrap, although we know that it eats bugs, but because it needs nitrogen content and the soil is so low in nitrogen. But some of the pictures to show you guys the great diversity. They live in the Arctics, they can live in tropical rainforest, they can be small or big. This tree is a turpentine tree from Australia with high quality timber and resists to water, so it does not decay. This one is the paper bark tea tree. No, not this one, that one, that has is very sturdy bark, and the bark comes off like papers. This is a strangler fig tree that has what is that, above ground roots all around, so it's really, really interesting. The next one is the fern. It doesn't have any seeds, but only spores, but still it's a plant. It's a great one. They lived when the dinosaurs lived. This is a tree fern that it's kind of a tall. This is the pica-bean palm with its lichens all around, so it looks like kind of a camouflaged tree tongue. This is a marsh with lily pads living in water, as well as a crocodile in the middle. And this is also a marsh, actually a swamp, the Everglades with mangrove trees. This is a cactus blooming, and this is a eucalyptus tree with a koala on it. So this is kind of a diversity, but you know, there are way more thousand types of different plants. Anyway, so in here, the Venus flytrap is also an autotroph, can and does make its own food. So for photosynthesis, they do a kind of a miracle for us, and for the whole planet, they combine the carbon dioxide with water to form the sugar as well as the oxygen. So plants are not only autotrophs, we can, and with the help of the sunlight. Plants are not only autotrophs, but they are photoautotrophs. Photo means they use the sunlight to make their own food. Versus the chemoautotrophs, they use inorganic material like hydrogen sulfide as energy source. So again, just versus with the against the autotrophs are the heterotrophs, that they cannot make their own food. They rely on the autotroph organisms. The use of the plants, besides they give us food and feed us, and not only us, but all the animals, as well as the fungi. They give us clothes, like the thin cotton. So this is kind of a clothes. And they also provides us housing, like think about the log house, as well as they provide us with warmth at the winter time when they use when we make fire, or they can give us light, give gasoline for transportation, because gasoline or the gas came from a long time ago died plants, as well as they give us stuff for manufacturing too. The location where photosynthesis takes place is the chloroplast, or in the prokaryotes, because some of them, the cyanobacteria, can produce its own food. So it's an autotroph. The indentation of the cell membrane contains some proteins that they do the photosynthesis, a similar reaction for photosynthesis. So the leaf structure. Now this is a cross section, and in the class you will take a picture with the with the Motic to see really the layers of the leaf and identify the layers on the leaf on the microscope slide. The top layer is the upper epidermis, and upper epidermis secretes a waxy material that will be the cuticle on the top surface of the leaf. This layer, what I'm drawing is, it's kind of, I just do it with green. The dots are the nuclei all around, is going to be the Palisade Layer and the Palisade mesophile, so it's a middle layer, the Palisade Layer. They contain the chlorophyll inside of them, and that is where the majority of the photosynthesis takes place in a leaf. The below of the Palisade Layer, the Palisade mesophile, is what I'm drawing is the vascular bundle. So it's kind of a vessels for the plants, like the vessels, kind of the artery and the vein for the human body, but in here we call the vascular bundle, that contains the phloem that transports sugar from the leaf to other parts of the plant, as well as the xylem that transports the water from the roots to all around the plant. This is that layer where the vascular bundle locates, is the spongy mesophile, and closing at the bottom is the lower epidermis, that you might just notice the gaps between the epidermal cells. These gaps are openings for the leaf to be able to transport different chemicals through the openings. The blue ones are the guard cells, that they are guarding the opening, the stoma, or many of them stomata. Through the stomata, what go through? Carbon dioxide, oxygen, and water vapor. So the whole photosynthesis happens in the chloroplast. The parts of the chloroplast is the outer membrane as well as the inner membrane. So it contains two membranes. Inside of the inner membrane, there are small membranes still, and they form sacs, and the sacs are the thylakoids. The thylakoid contains covered by thylakoid membrane, and inside of the thylakoid membrane we have the thylakoid space. The whole bunch of thylakoids together are called the grana. And the grana can be connected with each other. So the chlorophyll, the pigment that absorbs the light energy, is located in the thylakoid membrane. That will be important later on. So the reaction is, once more, so the water and the carbon dioxide, they are the reactants. The carbon dioxide provides the carbon and oxygen. The water provides the electrons and the hydrogen ions. The sunlight is really important to excite the electrons from the water, and the oxygen is coming from splitting the water